geology class, we will now tackle about how did the Earth's main continents formed in today's location. Well, we will tackle about some of the geologies and their theories. Well, let's start with Frank Taylor's theory.
Frank B. Taylor, an American geologist whose prime interest was the glacial geology of the Great Lakes, also was an early contributor to continental drift theory. Edward Seuss' writings on global tectonics was the stimulus which generated his interest in this field of geological theory.
A theory that was related to the early Earth was proposed by Austrian Edward Seuss, which was the baked apple theory. He said that it all started when the Earth is called the molten Earth, where it has a magma ocean, a sphere of molten rocks, and nothing else. This molten Earth slowly cooled down and hardens as the time goes by. Because of its cooling process, it wrinkled down just like when an apple was baked and cooled down. From molten Earth to wrinkled crust, it creates ocean basins and mountain ranges.
Frank Taylor first found out that South America and Africa are connected to each other. But later on, Wegener found that not only these two are connected, but all of the continents are connected to each other, just like a puzzle piece, which we call the Pangea.
In 1912, Wegener published a book titled The Origin of the Continents and Oceans, but because of the First World War outbreak, it didn't gain much attention to the public. After many years, in the year of 1920, he produced a more revised and expanded edition of the book, which quickly became the subject of discussions or the talk of the town.
Mendez said the rock formation from both sides of the Atlantic are not similar, but they are the same. And then, Einstein and Charles Hapgood argumented about the book Earth's Shifting Crust that was published by Charles Hapgood.
Do you even believe that the Earth's crust shifts? I first published my book for everyone to know about how the Earth's crust shifts. But in later discussions, we discussed the theories in my book. The theories in my book called Earth's Shifting Crust.
I find your argument very impressive and had the impression that your hypothesis is correct. One can hardly doubt that the significant shift of the crust has taken repeatedly and within a short time. Well, your argument has a solid base, yet I still think the data you offered is lacking in some way. By providing me with more tangible information about earth fractures, centrifugal momentum, and paleontological evidence, you may ensure my trust and support to your ideas.
Here are my evidences that can support my theory. As a result of this, since you suggest that one of them was wrong, I revise it.
When I first saw your book, your points greatly piqued my interest. It should go without saying that the concepts in your books are greatly supported by the scientific research. But now that you have answered all of my queries with facts, your theory has a lot of scientific report. I appreciate your contribution to the field of science and earth literature.
And there is also Arthur Holmes, was an English geologist who made two major contributions to the understanding of geology. He pioneered the use of radiometric dating of minerals, and was the first Earth scientist to grasp the mechanical and thermal implications of mantle convection, which led eventually to the acceptance of plate tectonics.
And that is how the Earth continents formed in today's location. Well, did you learn anything? Yes! Do you have any questions? No! Well, you can all leave now. Thank you, ma'am!
Basta na siglit ko ba?